So which road is this?
This road is called Spanish Town Road.
Okay.
Lots of grey areas around us, lots.
So if you pass through here, you just need to keep your head straight and just go.
Yeah, just go about your business. If you don't have, might get robbed. In the process of the robbery, a guy decides that, hey, you know, you've seen my face, I'm going to have to kill you. You know? Or he just looks at you and says, you know, something is strange about you, I don't like you being here, I'm going to just kill you off the bats. Yeah, so a lot of these grey areas.
Wow.
Yes, people. So it's very obvious that I was down in Jamaica for just some few days. However, prior to leaving, there was the need for me to speak to a couple of Jamaicans in order for me to be able to know what was on the ground. And one of the things that kept on being grounded onto me was be careful, don't go to these areas. You need to take care of your own security, which was really important. I therefore had the opportunity to, drive down because I felt it was important for me to be able to see firsthand and to be able to understand what people outside Jamaica needed to know in order for them to be able to, form their own views about, what is out there for these communities.
To that football field, a helicopter airlifted him to the airport and he left instantly. He didn't even spend that day in Jamaican prison.
Wow.
Once he was caught, America swooped him up at the same time.
So that prison that we came from is where they picked him up from?
Yeah,
on the field?
They picked him up from the football field. They flew him, they airlifted him to the airport, and the US has had him since that. But yeah, he was airlifted from that same very football field.
And is it maybe because there was a pursuit and that's where they went to arrest him, or he was actually playing football?
No, they caught him on the highway.
Okay.
He was in disguise. His excuse was that he was actually trying to head. He was trying to head to somewhere. He claims he was going to turn himself in, but he didn't trust the normal police, so he was on his way to. I don't remember where his excuse said he was on his way to. And they caught him.
Wow.
And they escorted him here, which they feel was a safe enough place for him to be airlifted from. Because they didn't just want to use a normal field that everyone has access to.
Okay.
As you can see, that field is fenced off, walled off, gated off, because it's on the prison compound. So didn't even wait. So yeah. Wow. I felt it was more secure to airlift him from there. And the US has had him since.
Wow.
It was interesting. My guest, definitely gave me the opportunity to drive through some of these areas, which he called gray areas. And I would want you to actually, make the decision for yourself. But the interesting thing is I drove through, I came out, I never felt the need for me to be worried in terms of my own safety. I spoke to young people, I spoke to other people, and they actually helped me to be able to understand what people needed to do. One, as a content creator, if you want to go to such areas in order for you to create content, but apart from that, how people can actually go to such areas to be able to understand the lifestyle and the experiences of people living in such areas. So yes, people, I will definitely encourage you, if this is the first time, you click on the subscribe button, you join us on this journey, because I felt, this was one of the best videos I ever had. And although it was deemed be careful of the gray areas, I felt, I was well looked after, and I would definitely encourage, if anybody wants to visit any of these areas, make sure you've got somebody who is really on the ground, and they would be able to help you in a very safe way. Remember, click on the subscribe, like, and let's see how best we can learn from these videos. Respect.
To this day, the Tivoli residents were saying that the government or the police officers or soldiers were using bombs, but the government denies it. But the residents are saying, yo, we were there, they bombed us, they threw bombs, and there was even a large plane dropping things down.
Okay.
And the US government denied it. Yeah, but the US government, the Jamaican government denied it that, you know, we don't know of any of that.
All because of dollars.
Yeah. They did admit that we went there for to get him, but we didn't use any bombs. We don't know of any large plane you're talking about. But it eventually came into light that there was a US surveillance plane overhead the entire operation, just circling Tivoli Gardens, a large surveillance plane.
Whereabouts is Tivoli Gardens?
In downtown Kingston.
Okay.
We can actually pass it if you want.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, let's do a drive around that.
Yeah, the Tivoli residents took the US government to court. I think the case is still in court right now because they're saying they want compensation for what they went through. You know?
And Tivoli Gardens is still like a community.
It's a big community right now. It's I don't know who's running it now that Dudus is gone because he was the one running it once.
So there's definitely gonna be somebody running that community.
I'm not sure. He probably he was probably respected so much that no one has run it since. I'm not sure.
Wow.
But he was the biggest Don in Jamaica.
And if you say Don, as in what?
We call gang leaders Dons in Jamaica.
As in D-U-N, Don.
No, D-O-N. Don.
Okay, Don. Okay.
So we call them Dons.
Okay. Okay. So despite the fact that people, had their own views about him, he was in a way revered by the community.
Yeah, very respected by the community. Protected at that.
Okay. Wow.
But not every gang leader is a Don, by the way. Just to get that out.
So there will be the opportunity for people to be given that title or not?
Yes, basically. A Don is basically... He is a gang leader, yes. However, to get the title of Don, it's like you're very, very feared. And typically Dons are also people who run communities.
Okay.
So they would say the Don of Spanish Town, the Don of Tivoli Gardens, the Don of, well, you wouldn't say the Don of Kingston because Kingston is a parish.
Okay.
So you would say probably the Don of Duane Park, that's in Kingston. The Don of Constant Spring, which is in Kingston as well. So there'll be community leaders.
So are these, the ones you've just mentioned, are these some of the areas that maybe people need to stay away from, because it's got some kind of reputation?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no. Because some of these communities, as I said, they have the Dons, and the Dons don't allow certain things to take place.
Okay.
So even though it may be considered a bad community, the Don doesn't allow certain crimes to take place in the community. Because if he hears that something happened, something's going to happen to you.
Okay.
So some communities, they would be considered ghettos, but you wouldn't really hear of a lot of things happening to you in it because the Don doesn't allow it.
So if there's going to be any runnings, it's going to be outside.
Yes,
that
take
community.
It outside.
Okay. Okay.
Because what some of the Dons do is they want to change the view of their community. So they don't really want you tarnishing the view of it. They don't want people to say, oh, Arnett Gardens is this place or Arnett Gardens is that place. Some Dons actually want to change the image of the community. So don't get me wrong, they do carry out their crime, but they don't want it happening in their community.
In their backyard.
Right? One of those communities is Augusttown.
Okay.
Right? There was a time in Augusttown where no one would recommend it to go to Augusttown. Not a single person.
And where is that? Which parish is that?
It's in Kingston.
Okay.
No one
Kingston seems to have a couple of those patches.
Yeah, Kingston has a lot of grey areas.
Okay.
But
I like that. Kingston have a lot of grey areas.
Yeah, a lot of grey areas. Augusttown was one of them. But the community leader from down here, I don't know what he said or what he did, but there was a specific year, I don't remember what year, I think it was probably 2018 or 2019, didn't have a single murder.
Okay.
Not one. To where the government even gave them an award for it.
Wow.
Yeah, the government gave them a peace award where they were the only community for the entire year to not have a single murder.
Incident of murder.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not a single incident of murder.
Hmm.
And the community leader made sure of that.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what agreement he did with the criminals down there or with the people, the guys down there, but not a single case of murder. And they were the only community to achieve that, not in that year. So that's the kind of effect Dons have in the communities. It's alleged that that's the kind of power that politicians have here as well, but you know, everyone has its different views of the politicians.
About it. So you know, with these patches or these grey areas, do they end up having like fallouts with other areas?
Definitely.
You know, like maybe Tivoli Gardens trying to expand to this other area, you know, take away or take on this other turf.
Yeah, I wouldn't say expand because, you know, Tivoli Gardens is Tivoli Gardens. However, what they do is they try to take out, that's a gully.
That's a gully?
Yeah.
Okay.
They try to take out the competition, so they would war with the community across the streets, you know, down the road, etc. to eliminate the competition because they feel like those guys are the ones coming into their community committing the crimes and the robberies.
Okay.
However, the other community would say the same for them. So they'll be warring each other. To the point where if you and I are friends, I live in the one community and you live in the other, we have to stop being friends. Not because I automatically want to kill you now, or because you want to kill me, but if someone else finds out we're friends, they're going to kill us.
Because they feel you're gonna be a sellout.
Yes, they feel they're going to be a sellout. Like, why are you keeping friends with the, you know, our warring community, etc.
Wow.
And look, funnily enough, a story like that happened in Spanish Town, where a fruit vendor was killed in Spanish Town. Rumor has it because he wasn't involved in gang violence, but he was from a certain community.
Okay.
And where you're from a certain community, even though you're not involved in criminal activities, you might know a few criminals.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So you and I grew up together in the community. You went into crime. I said that's not for me. You know. I still talk to you because we grew together, but I'm gonna say, hey, no, you don't think it's time to put down the gun.
Okay.
You know, and you're like, no, you know, this is how I eat, you know, but we still keep the friendship.
Okay.
You know, so where I might not be a criminal and you into it, I don't support your lifestyle, I still try to talk you out of it. Now, the rumor is that the fruits man, someone went to him to ask him for a car. When they took the phone, they found the number for a guy that's from a rival community in
the phone. Oh dear.
Yeah. However, the fruits guy and him are indeed friends, yes. However, the fruits guy was in no criminal activity, he doesn't support it, he's doing his own 9 to 5 selling fruits.
Yeah.
But they didn't see it that way. And they killed him.
Wow.
Just for finding a number in his phone. That's true. It sounds like LPG gas.
Alright. So that's where the goods and everything come to.
That's where all the containers from overseas come. And right. I heard the sketchy ones that, you know, we would advise you not to go unaccompanied or not to go if you don't know anyone from that community. You know?
So if we call these areas like sketchy or grey areas, I still have kids walking around.
Because they live in these grey areas. So nothing is going to really happen to them in the grey area because, you know, they're from it. But you as an outsider are what they call a strange face. They're going to think, hey, you know what you're doing here. Everyone knows to avoid this community. You're a stranger from the community. Why you're here?
Why are you here?
So they're going to automatically assume that, hey, are you here to do us harm? You know?
I wouldn't advise anybody to go to Coronation Market without somebody who knows the in and out.
Yeah.
Because, yo, it's next to Tivoli Gardens. I got told off. Yo, Rasta, who are you recording? I said, hey, it's time to move.
And you know, listen to me. You see, you saw the baby in the market. You can go at Tivoli, you know, and everything is fine, you know.
Everybody have to take picture, man. I think everybody will have a bank camera.
Hi.
Yeah. Anybody can go to Tivoli. Everything is fine. Yeah.
Guys.
Tivoli safe. You see, from maybe you go and maybe you say somebody who you know, you're safe, you're good.
Guys,
Nobody
put in your
can trouble
comments.
you.
Yeah, put in your comments. For me, you know, I thought I was 100 meters away from Tivoli. I was even calculating, am I getting too close and that? I think some of these things are perceptions. People make you think they are certain places
People,
which
the
are...
people in the market, they are so different because they just tell themselves, say, no, you're some informer, you're some this and that, make your video, why you put camera over there? And then get so defense.
Yeah,
See?
yeah. But I think sometimes I have to respect that because I think one of the things I've noticed in Jamaica is people become a bit apprehensive once they see you recording. So, you know, it's something that you cannot come around thinking you've got your recorders, you've got your cameras, that's
It
you.
come
You are.
like if I know something where you say if something happening in the community now, everybody jump out already for you.
Yeah,
This, then did this, then did that, and whatever.
No, you definitely need people's permission. You know, if you go to individuals to say, you know what, this is me, introduce yourself. Apologize, say sorry, you know, if you get it wrong. But
You introduce yourself,
okay.
and then you figure, then you will have a conversation with the persons on the corners. There's all other corners, and those are the persons you have conversation with.
Okay.
And then you move from there, tell them, hey, we'd like to have an interview. We like to know more about your culture. I am from so and so on. We are going around and doing some videos.
Yeah.
Then you get to know the person, know how they live, know what their lifestyle is all about, know what they're facing, things that they're going through, what they think that can be happen for them to live a better life.
Okay.
And stuff like that. You have a conversation in person.
Sometimes when you listen to maybe like gray areas, you think that, you know, they're gonna be run down, you know.
Alright, so we're approaching the prison at Vibes Cartel is in.
Which one? That one?
This right here over this fence with the barbed wires at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, over here is where they call Horizon.
And that's where Vibes Cartel is.
Yes, correct. Because they move him a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, they see him as a high value inmate, so they move him a lot. So it's Horizon Prison, and he's over there. To pass, that's where Bob Marley grew up.
Alright.
It's called Trenchtown.
So we're driving in Trenchtown now.
Yeah, right here, as you can see his picture on the wall.
Ah.
Yeah, that's the community Bob Marley grew up in, Trenchtown.
Alright.
He's born and raised in Trenchtown.
Oh, he's definitely made a legacy for himself.
Yep. As you can see, a lot of these reggae icons on the wall, they come from Trenchtown as well.
Okay.
On your left we have Denham Town. This is a large grey area as well. Another grey area. You know.
Alright.
Denham Town was such a grey area that this police station was once abandoned.
Why?
They shut it up. They shut it up and they torched it. What housed
Yeah, let's roll.
Nidus. So this is the community that he made his stronghold. This is the community that the police officers had to literally fight their way into to get to those.
And apparently it took a period, not just one day.
Yeah, it didn't take one day because of how barricaded the community was.
Okay.
the people took it very personal that you were coming for our leader. My children to school, the guy that is letting me live rent-free, utility-free, you know. And now we're in downtown, the heart of downtown Kingston.
Okay. Still we on Spanish Town Road.
Yeah, we're about to leave it though. And we're now on Darling Streets.
Okay. Wow. This definitely look like a grey area.
This is part of Tivoli as well. It stretches back here. As you can see the garrison, the ghetto kind of look to it.
Wow. And with all these things, you know, you still have people continue to live there.
This was one of the largest train stations we had, but it got retired since we retired the train system on a whole. Well, not on a whole, we still use the train
For bauxite?
for minerals. But passenger trains have been retired. The current government brought it back last year for school children. This was one of our largest train stations. So you're currently in downtown Kingston.
Proper Kingston. It's interesting because the thing is, if somebody doesn't tell you, you may not never know. You know.
You know of our cell provider, Digicel, right? Yeah, that's their head office right here. Big building that says Digicel.
Digicel, yeah, at the top.
That's Digicel's head office. That's one of our cell providers. Oh, look, about to get off officers.
What, police officers?
Yeah. But now we're there in a rush too. But they got somewhere to go. For them.
No.
We have a lot of motorcycle crimes. Okay, there seems to be something here. Don't know if an incident took place or there is a high value court case going on, but this is the court building that's
Okay.
A few moments later.
Mr. Morrison, otherwise called Bigger Crime, an individual who has been on the JCF's most wanted list for several years as the purported leader of the Tankwell Hill gang in Bull Bay, has been shot and killed by members of the security forces.
I wish to confirm to the Jamaican people that Nestor Morrison, OC Bigger Crime, of 11 miles Bull Bay, which is the border of St. Thomas, was fatally shot during an intelligence-led operation by the security forces in Longville Park, Clarendon.
Bigger Crime had been the target of a major operation by the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force at his suspected headquarters of Tankwell Hill in Bull Bay in November 2022. though he managed to evade capture. 2 M16 rifles and a handgun along with 129 rounds of ammunition were recovered.
Bigger Crime has been on the police most wanted list for over 2 years, and despite many requests from the police for him to turn himself in, he actually did not, and several operations were mounted against him that were unsuccessful.
DCP Bailey expressed relief that the security forces were able to put an end to what they describe as a reign of terror.
Killing and maiming several people, I think it's a victory for the people of those communities, and it's a great relief that he can no longer perpetrate those acts of violence against them.
Whilst there was evidence to suggest that the killing of this notorious gang leader happened coincidentally on the very day that we drove around these patchy areas, it was equally important for us to be able to ask young people as well as members of the community their view as to what could be done differently apart from being just thrown off because of the worrying stories, and what could possibly make people think individuals living in these communities were actually living in fear. Join us as we definitely go to the very end of this very interesting documentary.
So you play for national team, and you were saying to me there are lads who may be equally talented.
Yeah, even more talented.
Okay.
Yeah, but where they are from affects them a lot.
And what do you mean by that?
The area where they are from, you know, they see a certain lifestyle, they try to adapt to that lifestyle, they don't try to change it. You know, they adapt to that lifestyle. You know, they grow up seeing their fathers and grandfathers and cousins and everybody doing that. That's what they're going to do, you know. And then even with the wars, and, you know, gang fights, and you know, it's like from their bodies, like they're automatically inside of that gang. You know, they don't try to change even when they go to good schools. You know?
Because they live in that area.
Because they live in that area. Some of them, you know, change, especially the females. You know, the females don't usually stick around, either to the doctors or something. But the males, don't know.
So am I right to think maybe young lads or young boys in Jamaica end up, I don't know whether the prospects for boys are totally different as compared to girls, especially those living in the ghettos.
Even in the school, girls are leading in subjects that are normally male dominant.
Okay.
Like IT. Girls are leading that in Jamaica. Are probably carrying.
What's making that difference, especially if they are both coming from the ghettos? If girls are performing different to boys?
Girls are more to stay inside than the boys, you know. You stay inside, focus on their school. You know, the boys playing football, they are out with friends or something. You know, the girls are more focused on school than the boys. You know? You don't have a lot of men staying, you know.
Okay.
When you have a lot of boys staying, you know, people think they're feminine artists.
Okay.
No?
Okay.
It's like this culture where boys should be rough, you know, boys should be outside. It's like that. The girls are mostly inside.
Yeah. So that end up becoming a way of people luring them into all them negative things.
Yeah.
Okay, as compared to following something which could have been positive.
Even the songs we listen to. Yeah.
The songs?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
You know, they have a lot of influence on what people think.
As in the song that you listen to has influences on how you think.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
You listen to songs that only talks about, you know, relieving an anger in like killing somebody or, you know, taking a life, something like that. Instead of listening to something that says, you know, go to school or, you know, it's a lot different.
So is it then the fault of the artist then? Is it then the fault of the music artist?
Yeah.
You know, because if that's the kind of vibe that they're preaching.
That's how we have one of the highest crime rates.
Okay.
In the fraud schemes, one of the highest.
So musicians play a very good part or a strong part in regards to the young people's influence.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You know, a lot of these artists, you know, they sing good songs.
Sometimes it's the vibe, the words
Yeah.
that they choose to use. That's interesting. So would you definitely advise young people to join the army?
Well, everybody have their own options still.
Mm.
But everybody have their own option to do what they want to do. Like everybody have their own passion with them. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So just follow your passion. Anything you're interested in, go for it.
If you're given the opportunity to do the trade that you want to do in the army somewhere else, would you change? Would you maybe change that trade or to do something else? No. How long have you been wanting to be in the army?
I'm from high school.
Mm.
I'm going to high school.
So do you have like cadets?
Yeah, cadets. We have cadets. I'm never in cadets. Yeah, never in cadets.
So you never joined the cadets?
No.
But still you entered up wanting to join the army?
Yeah.
And for the army is what, 4 months
Yeah.
of basic training?
Yes, and then 8 months on the job training.
Trade. Okay. And you sign up for what, 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
Wow. Isn't it too long?
No, not too long.
Yeah? So during the first 5 years you can't leave?
Where? Like leave where? Like?
You can't leave the army if you're not enjoying it?
No, you can't leave. You can't leave. Wait.
Yo.
You have to finish.
Yeah?
You have to finish with 5 years first. It's a contract.
Wow. Doesn't it scare you? Yeah?
I don't feel.
So you've not heard of no army stories that make
Yeah,
you
I hear of a lot still, but still can't stop me from doing what I want to do.
Hey, somebody may say they may have paid you, the army has paid you to give them, you know, that positive feedback, you know, but you're really passionate about it and that's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Because as I said, you have to experience it for yourself. So if you follow a story, you're not gonna go for where you want. You have to experience it for yourself.
So am I right to think that there are more young people in Jamaica who, if they have chosen or if they choose to join the army, they can bring themselves maybe from the ghettos?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Because I think what you do find is grandfather, father, son, they all go through those, you know, cycle.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Oh dear. I think on Wednesday I heard it on radio that the police had actually killed one of the most wanted guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's bigger crime. You know. Yeah. On Wednesday. They shot him on Wednesday. The police got him on Wednesday. I think he was living in Bulbe. Yeah.
I think that's carrying that.
No. Bigger crime. It's on JMC, you know, and when I looked at his photo, very young lad, you know, very, very young lad. But you ask yourself, why do people put themselves through that?
Because we doing that is selfish. You are family. People come in with retaliation. They come from wherever. So it's selfish.
So it's more or less a repeat, because you kill me, the other person comes up.
Kill my brother, kill my sister.
Okay, yo, thank you very much for today. Yeah.
So this is all Bube. Okay.
Just stop whatever was 11 mile, they call it.
11 mile.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of this.
And this whole place was being run by
Yeah.
bigger crime. guys, one of the things I've always said is, for you to record in Jamaica, it's important for you to actually have the local knowledge. Yeah. So if anybody is thinking as a content creator who is not from Jamaica, I would say that precisely. There are a couple of things that I would advise. We can definitely do a video on that. But apart from that, I was having a conversation with Clinton to say, maybe I want to do a video in maybe, let's say what, one of the areas, one of the no-go areas. And what we possibly were discussing was, it will be good for you to possibly come in, not to go and record, because straight away people get apprehensive once they see you with a camera. But rather, come in and let people know that you want to tell a different story.
Right. You introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you figure, then you will have a conversation with the persons on the corners. There's a lot of corners, and those are the persons you have conversation with.
Okay.
And then you move from there, tell them, hey, we'd like to have an interview. We'd like to know more about your culture. I am from so and so on. We are going around and doing some videos.
Yeah.
Then you get to know the person, know how they live, know what their lifestyle is all about, know what they're facing, things that they're going through, what they think that can be happen for them to live a better life.
Okay.
And stuff like that. You have a conversation in person.
But one other thing is, Clinton, when I came and I even went to interview fishermen all the way back in Kobe, right? People were saying, yo, why are you talking to, a journalist? Why are you talking to someone? And I say, yo, I'm not a journalist. Yeah? I create content and I'm here to tell a different vibe, So people are already apprehensive once they see you.
With the camera. Because so they want to know what it is all about. So that is the reason why I say conversation. When you have conversation with persons, then you know the level you're at. Then you know if should you take out your camera, what you'll expect. Some persons is more aggressive than some.
Okay.
For whatever reason, So when you have conversation, then every page, then you get to know person get to know you, and then you move on from there.
But I don't want the situation where it feels like, because I am talking to somebody, I leave the area, other people see the person as a sellout. Okay.
It depends on what the interview is all about.
Okay.
So there are some areas you can't go into certain details. But you stick to the basic. What's life in Tivoli Gardens? For instance, if you're in Tivoli Gardens, then you what life in Tivoli is like. You're in Trenchtown or wherever, Rima, wherever. What life there is like. What's the people going through? What you'd like to see better, what can be done for the youths, what can be done for the elderly, stuff like that.
So it's not just coming to take information and just going with it. What you can also bring in.
Right.
Okay.
Right. What can we do? What can we bring out there on social media? What you'd like to see happen?
Guys, this
development.
is okay.
Development. What can we do to develop your community? For most community people worry mostly about the crime and the violence. I think when you create a platform for persons to work, for young people to work, then the time for them to idle and out there doing all manner of evil, they won't have that time because they'll be thinking about going to work the next day and going to do this new project. So you have to create something for the inner city youth. And change your mindset. It's all about the mindset about life.
But this is the situation where maybe the inner city youth has been actually, that is the lived experience. Granddad, dad, everybody was running the street.
And then you have to have conversation again. I love that word, conversation. Because when you have conversation, then you know what's in youth, what's in your mind, what you're thinking about. And if you are good enough to change your mindset, create a different platform, a different thinking. Hey, the way your mother and your father used to know that was wrong. Why not trying this?
Okay.
You give them a positive thing to think about. Why don't you try to do this? This can create a lifestyle for you. You can go, you can work on this. We're doing a project creating this. What what are your skill set, what you're good at, and you create something for them. So if you get them out of that feel of thinking about my father was and my mother was a Dan and I have to be a Dan and my father and a father, create a platform away from that.
Okay.
Then when you have conversation, then you'll find out, you get information. And then together you can have a positive set out of it, and then you impact your community.
Okay.
But if two guys in there see, hey, that guy was, and then him straight out in life, and he might do this, hey, I want to be like that guy, I don't want to be living like how I used to be living. So you create a platform to change. And if you can change 5 person, and that 5 person can change 5 person, 5 times 5 is 25 person. Now you impact 25 life, and those 25 life impact another 25. You see it?
Yeah.
That change going. Right. And you create a change there. Wow. And the link continue.
Wow.
You know? And then you get it. You get where you want to be.
Guys, this is raw, this is unedited, you know, because since I've been here, that has been my passion. This has been one of the areas where I am wondering that, you know what, I wish I could actually, by all means, we need to be careful, you know, but equally, the question is, you know the spots where you're being told, don't go to those areas, but unfortunately, those spots as well continue to breed this same level of, you know, things that the society doesn't want. So how do you then reach out to that community to let them know, you know what, things can be done differently. You know.
And it's all done, it all begins with conversation. When you have conversation with persons, then you know what they're facing, what they're going through, what can be better. And then you can make a change. And that's where it starts.
Guys, I did a video with this young lad who is actually joined the Jamaican army, you know, and he said, you know what, that's his escape, that's his roots, you know, because he felt he's actually into welding, but if he joins the Jamaican army, he has a career for life, you know. It's not everybody who is going to be in school, it's not everybody who is going to succeed in school.
And once you can help to the good.
Okay.
When you can help a few, and then that few help a few, then that's the chain link begins. And the positiveness will come in.
Guys, if you are from Jamaica, if you are from the continent, if you are anywhere you're from,
pick up my call. Let me solo, and I'll be born for you.
So guys, we're driving in Bombay now. This is exactly where I wanted to show you guys as well.
Baby, now your hands are there. Simply because I feel like I'm not
the incident that happened.
Feel like I need you.
Which one is that?
Nobody can tell me about
11 mile.
Baby, won't you be mine?
Welcome.
I feel like I've known you my whole life. Feel like I need you in my life.
Yeah, your hands are there.
Tell me you're the one.
Yeah, happy with that.
Okay.
Everybody knows
happy days. Thank you very much. Yeah, he was one of the more or less of the government people that they were looking to actually arrest. Most wanted. You know, put in your comments. So this is
Harborview roundabout.
Okay.
That's the road. Airport.
Okay.
Norman Marley Airport. That's the road.
So that's the road to Norman Marley Airport in Kingston.
Roundabout.
Okay. So I think we're having KFC for lunch. Yeah. Definitely. Not to whet your appetite, but we need it. Then they got Burger King here as well. This is free advert for them, guys. Burger King, make sure you come and pay me. They got KFC down the road as well. Let's definitely go in there to check out what they have. It's interesting. We need to make sure that in Jamaica we end up celebrating whatever they have on their menu as well. But if you've watched till now, make sure you subscribe and click on the notification button.
Pizza Hut.
You got Pizza Hut as well. Wow. Eating, delivery, carry out. Which one is a carry? Okay, you just buy and carry out with it. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. sure we fill the belly as well. So yeah, make sure you click on the subscribe and notification button. Give us a thumbs up. You know, let's enjoy this experience in Jamaica. Yo, check the Afrobeats played so far. Really blessed.
She said you wanted to go to a machine at 18.
Yeah, we go to the machine. Oh, we've got those tasties as well for party. Oh, they close today.